Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
With great reluctance, Yamamoto yielded to the will of his emperor and devised one of the most daring and original ideas in modern military history. His plan? To sneak up on the American fleet at Pearl Harbor with his aircraft carriers and sink it with carrier-based torpedo planes. All 6 of Japan's large aircraft carriers had reached Hawaii's waters without being detected, just as Admiral Yamamoto had planned. And their airplanes bombed and torpedoed the U.S. Pacific Fleet. The American fleet was decimated, and overnight, Admiral Yamamoto became Japan's greatest hero.
Japan gets ready to attack. On the morning of December 7th, 1941, the citizens of Waikiki didn't know that their free island life would soon come to an end. The nearby naval base of Pearl Harbor was built on Oahu Island. It was made by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The person behind this attack was Yamasaki Yamamoto. He started mapping out the plan to attack Pearl Harbor 1 year before. To avoid detection, he sent his fire planes, bombers, torpedo planes, and escorts on a path that would avoid commercial sea lanes. The 4,000-mile journey to Pearl Harbor took the Japanese 12 days to get there. Already stationed at Pearl Harbor were several of Japan's 32 subs. Their main job was to spy on the base and report what they saw to the Japanese. When Yamasaki Yamamoto planned the attack on a Sunday, he planned that he would catch all the ships at the port. But he didn't know that the aircraft carriers and the battleship were missing. Those are the most important ships he wanted to hit. The first wave.
Wrote to a friend, "Now that things have come to this pass, I'll throw everything I have into the fight. I expect to die in battle. By that time, I imagine, Imperial Tokyo will have been set on fire and Japan reduced to a pitiful state."
7:50 a.m. Before the first wave hit the harbor, the U.S. destroyer saw a Japanese midget sub and fired at it. By the time they did, it was too late. The bombers and fighters were already on their way. 7:53 a.m. At 7:53, the first wave started with 183 fighters and torpedo bombers hitting the fleet at Pearl Harbor. The second wave. 8:55 a.m. At 8:55, Yamamoto sent 167 aircrafts to hit the same targets. Part 2, a second wave. At 9 o'clock, Yamamoto sent one strike of 184 bombers to attack another airfield. 40 minutes later, he sent more to finish the attack. End of attack. 9:55, 3 hours total. The aftermath.
Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. They won their war. Japanese came in and they destroyed the American battle fleet in the Pacific. Now the Japanese were very much like the American battleship admirals in that they believed that the battleship was the equation not only of naval power but of national power.
The people in the Pearl Harbor attack were either killed of burning fire in the water, flying debris, explosions, or machine gun bullets. The victims that died during the attack left their families devastated or grieving for a very long time. Pearl Harbor and the USS Arizona Memorial remain top tourist destinations in Hawaii with over 1,500,000 visitors annually. The addition of the battleship Missouri and the 1999 opening of the USS Missouri Memorial has further enhanced the importance of this historical area. After the attack, people were honored and remembered of what they did and how they fought on this devastating day. The attack did a lot of damage. It left people homeless and people without their families. It left many people in shock, devastation, and anger. After the attack, the naval base of Pearl Harbor was a mess. There were ships, subs, and bodies everywhere. Some parts of the naval base weren't as destroyed as others, but some parts you couldn't even tell what they were.
Bother me, and I'm American. And then when I went back to school that following morning, December 8th, one of the teachers said, "You people bombed Pearl Harbor," and I'm like, "My people," All of a sudden, my Japaneseness became very aware to me, and then that I no longer felt I'm an equal American, but I felt kind of threatened.
After the attack, it led the U.S. to World War II. After the war, the Pearl Harbor attack was forever called a date which will live in infamy.